I am Karen McCormick Beierle, and you are?
I'm Tom Beierle, her husband, of nearly 50 years as this is being discussed.
Right. We were married 1963, August 17th, which is going to be 50 years ago this coming Saturday. And we had quite an exciting wedding at about 4 a.m. The morning of our wedding, which was scheduled for 2 o'clock that afternoon, we get a call. And it is from your dad, I guess. Is he the one that called?
Yes.
Asking if my father could come down to Winslow to pick him up. Apparently he was standing in his skivvies in the middle of Winslow Way with Tom's mother, his aunt, his uncle, and his sister, who had just been burned out of the Tillicum Apartments. The Tillicum Apartments are now, I don't know what it's called now.
On Winslow Way, right across from the
Drugstore?
well, yeah, right across from the drugstore.
Right. Anyway, my dad goes down to pick him up. He's standing out there in the middle of the street, picking all of them up, standing out in the middle of the street with nothing but his undershorts on, and the women all have on what they went to bed in that night, and the place is just absolutely in flame. So
Fire department was there by that time. They had things under control, but in the process lost virtually all of their clothing and personal possessions. The women did have the presence of mind to grab their wedding clothes on the way out of the apartment, but most everything else was lost.
this is in the day when women wore gloves, hats, purses, shoes, wedding outfit, everything matched. In the apartment were also the groomsmen's clothes. The groomsmen's clothes went up in flame. All of their personal items, like their wallets and their teeth, and
Uncle Ray's dentures were sitting on the bedstand, and they did not rescue them going out, but the firemen later recovered them and turned them over to Uncle Ray.
right. So anyway, here at 4 in the morning of our wedding, this entourage comes to my parents' home. They've lost everything except the women's dresses. And the community just came in, and it was amazing what they did. A good friend of my mother's, Margaret Obie, went around, called everybody, got all the gloves, hats, purses, whatever, brought them over so that the mother of the groom and his aunt and his sister, who was in the wedding party, could put on matching clothes or whatever. The Stan Yakel, who ran the shoe store, opened it up so that people could go down and get shoes. Dr. Studeris was a dentist on the island, and he took these charred teeth and managed to get them unwarped or cleaned up enough so that my uncle could wear them for the wedding. And it was just a beautiful way to have the community, and particularly the Winslow community, come together and make all this happen. And so, well, here's the newspaper that next Saturday. The headline is, "Wooden apartment building blaze routs tenants, but firemen control it in 15 minutes." And the second paragraph says, 5 persons from Ogdensburg, New Jersey, here for the McCormick Beierle wedding that afternoon, narrowly escaped with their lives.
Well, the irony of this was that my uncle was chief of the volunteer fire department in Ogdensburg, New Jersey, and my father was the assistant chief to become chief the following year. Anyway, the wedding occurred at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, August 17, and here we are 50 years later, celebrating our anniversary and remembering that wonderful community participation by everybody who made it all happen and go off like clockwork. So.